Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole fleck of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hope for the elect. And shalom to the Abwath who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. Messiah from GMS Soleno Camp coming into the lesson in true faith, faith, and edification, and in the daily edification, Lord willing, this be edifying. So I titled this lesson. Actually, this is a part two, warn the flock of danger. So I got a few clips I'm going to play. And then this lesson was inspired by the brother GMS Tazakaya Yahawada. And he did a lesson, and the lesson was titled 20 Facts about the Emerging Global Food Shortage. So what I'm going to do is play some of the brother video. Then I got a couple other clips I'm going to play dealing with that topic. Because I first saw this at the plantation last night. So I said I was going to play some of the brother video, and I'm going to get some precepts. Lord, wouldn't it be edifying? But first, let me play this. This is for educational purposes. Only. You had to show this. So I'm use a couple of news clips. So make sure I show this so you see it. So check this out. This from the brother GMS Tazakaya Yahawada.
Here, how about Shine turn it up. And as you see right here, they got a little illustration of how people's plates gonna be looking like in the near future, if that. So going on, it says a very alarming global food shortage has already begun, and it is only going to get worse in the months ahead. I realize that this is not good news, but I would encourage you to share the information in this article with everyone that you can. People deserve to understand what is happening, and they deserve an opportunity to get prepared. The pace at which things are changing around the globe right now is absolutely breathtaking. But most people assume that life will just continue to carry on as it normally does now. I like what it said that people deserve to understand what is happening. The only people that deserve to understand what's happening is the elect. Point blank, period. Why is that? Because it don't matter who you are. If you're not of the predestined, of the elect to receive salvation, and you can know this coming, you can hear about that. You can type this up, you can send that up, but you are not of the elect in the time period to come. You will not be able to put off the said perils that's going to come to this place. As we understand this prophecy say that famines are going to come. So you're not an elect. Hey, I mean, like I said, you can. Hey, y'all do these articles for what the men of the Lord to do it to decipher the article and to make it plain upon table and break it down through the scriptures. That's how you measure the time diligently, seeing what's going on in the world, and then you measure it and you tie it to the scriptures. So they do a good, they do a good job for the hopeful elect ultimately, and they set these articles up. Well, the Lord set them up to put these articles out so the men of the Lord, the prophets, can rightly divide the truth through the article via the scriptures. You know, so but even with them doing that, that's not gonna save you anyway either. But going on, it says Salakia. It says but most people assume that life will just continue to carry on as it normally does. And that's what the people do believe. Every time something bad happens, or whatever the case may be, they always feel like that they will, so to speak, rise from the ashes. But we ultimately know that, hey, the time period will come, especially when Jacob's trouble come, and we can see it even right now. You may have a little sense of normality right now, in a sense, but really things ain't normal. Things definitely have changed. But right now, when you're in your comfort zone, you think things are dying down, and the panic is decreasing. Hey, what the scripture say when they say peace and safety, and then son of destruction shall come. Another scripture say that destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. So we understand that destruction is coming. We understand that things are gonna go better and be lolly-dotty and all this and that. No, unbearable times are coming. Going on. Unfortunately, the truth is that a very real planetary emergency is developing right in front of our eyes. But
Now you see in the article, it say, okay, it say carry on as it normally does, which is that's that normative bias spirit. If you go to Google and type in normative bias, they're gonna have an image of a guy sitting on the beach, and it's gonna be a big wave coming, and everybody else is running the opposite way, but the guy is sitting there saying like the wave is gonna go down before it get to him, right? Thinking everything is gonna return to normal, and that's Jake today. Well, this is the new normal.
everybody is worried about this Will Smith thing. Everybody worried about the playoffs coming up. Everybody worried about these trades, these rappers, these entertainers, is all sorts of madness.
Which is
That's
distraction.
what people worried about. But go ahead, because as scripture says, like a thief in the night, y'all gonna all get taken by surprise and destroyed. It's the following. The following are 20 facts about the emerging global food shortage that should chill you to the core. Number one says one of France's most important government officials is telling us that we should brace ourselves for an extremely serious global food crisis. And I think just recently, I believe he could, fact check me, but I'm 100. I want to say, yeah, I'm pretty much 100% sure that even Macron said that they're going to start preparing for food rationing for the people. Also, Biden said the same thing over here. Says shortages and stuff like that, food rationing. The food rationing has been put pretty much in pretty much that situation that's gonna have to come to pass for people to ration food because the food shortages are coming. So you can't say that that's not been put out there in the circulation, so to speak. That's the word I was looking for.
And they showed you that in that movie Soylent Green, man. That about the food rationing. And that movie was made, I think, back in the 80s, but it was that the time that they made it in is supposed to be for 2022. So in the future, this is going to happen, man. Food rationing.
How about you, Russia? But going on, so yeah, one of France's most important government officials is telling us that we should brace ourselves for an extremely serious global food shortage. Right? It say France's Foreign Affairs Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian, said the EU must get to grips with the prospect that the war in Ukraine could prompt an extremely serious global food shortage. Right? Number two. Oh, see, look, I could have just just read on like I just said about the president. Number two, Joe Biden recently admitted that food shortages are going to be real, and his administration is now openly using the word famine to describe what is coming. Right? Says the Biden administration is worried Russia's invasion of Ukraine will cause famine in parts of the world. White House Council of Economic Advisors Chair Cecilia Rouse told CNBC on Friday, because what they call Russian Ukraine over there, they call it the breadbasket, of the East or the world, so to speak. A lot of wheat, a lot of barley, oats, you name it, is grown over there. And they saying that with this thing that's happening over there, there's going to be great, great shortages. A lot of other countries who would rely on the support, Slovakia, of those grains and wheats from Russia, Ukraine, they get hit hard too. Like I just did something not too long ago. The country of Egypt, they
Man, these fucking devils.
February headline CPI soaring at 7.6 annual pace and blowing away all expectations, giving locals a distinctly unpleasant deja vu feeling even before the Russian invasion of Ukraine broke. With a few supply chains remained and sent prices even higher into the stratosphere. On Monday, Germany will take on one step toward the return of the dreaded Weimar hyperinflation. And you don't know what happened over there, what was that, like after World War One when they developed the Weimar Republic? Go look into what happened to that. Say hyperinflation, mutiny, shortages, all these things happened during that time period. What happened? The Weimar Republic failed. It collapsed. And that's what's coming. That's what's coming to various countries, especially the one that you live in. And Babylon the Great. According to the German Retail Association, HDE, consumers should prepare for another wave of price hikes for everyday goods and groceries, with Reuters reporting that prices at German retail chains will explode between 20 and 50%. Number 4, rationing has already begun in Spain. Like I said, so I want to make it, just real quick as well. Let me just read a few more to make a little point. It says, in Spain, the country started experiencing sporadic shortages of different products like eggs, milk, and other dairy products almost immediately following the outbreak of the war in Ukraine. In early March, major supermarkets like Mercadona and Macro began rationing sunflower oil. Rationing has also already started in Greece. In Greece, it said at least 4 national supermarket chains have started rationing food products like flour and sunflower oil due to critically low supplies caused by the crippled supply chains coming out of Russia and Ukraine. So as we know what's going on over there, whatever,
So I just want to play some of the brother video. For some reason, my camera done messed up. So sometimes I have to turn my computer off to turn it back on. My camera messing up. But anyway, let me pull this next clip. Ain't gonna even worry about it. You can't see me, so it's all good. I can still put these clips up and you can still hear. So let's play this. So I don't know if you saw this. So check this out.
Can you imagine what this country is going to look like if we have severe shortages of chicken and turkey by the end of the year? I don't know why more people are not alarmed about the horrific bird flu pandemic that's sweeping across America like wildfire. The very first case of highly pathogenic avian influenza, HPAI, was confirmed in a domestic U.S. flock. Just over 1 month later, March 9th, we released a video that lamented the fact that almost 2.8 million birds, mostly chickens and turkeys, had already died during the first month of the pandemic. Unfortunately, since that time, things have gotten much, much worse. This pandemic is not even 2 months old yet, and yet the death toll for chickens and turkeys has now risen to nearly 17 million birds. If this many chickens and turkeys have been wiped out already, what will the death toll be a few months down the road? And what will this mean for the price of food? Just think about how often you eat products that contain eggs, chicken, or turkey. If you had to suddenly remove all of them from your diet, what would you do? The frightening thing is that bird flu just keeps popping up in more places around the country, and nobody can tell us why it is spreading so rapidly. In fact, the USDA just announced 5 more outbreaks. The United States Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, APHIS, has confirmed the presence of highly pathogenic avian influenza, HPAI, in a non-commercial mixed species backyard flock, non-poultry, in Berkshire County, Massachusetts. A non-commercial mixed species backyard flock, non-poultry, in Johnson County, Wyoming. A commercial poultry flock in Johnston County, North Carolina. A non-commercial backyard chicken flock, non-poultry, in Franklin County, Ohio, and a non-commercial backyard chicken flock, poultry, in Kidder County, North Dakota. And we've just learned that this pandemic has also now reached the state of Oklahoma. State officials say they're investigating the first case of avian influenza in Oklahoma's wild bird population. Officials with the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry say a wild duck in Payne County is the first wild bird in Oklahoma to be confirmed to be infected with Eurasian H5 type of highly pathogenic avian influenza. According to Dr. Rod Hall, state veterinarian for Oklahoma, I encourage poultry owners of all kinds to continue to remain vigilant, practice good biosecurity, and report sick or dying birds immediately. Symptoms of HPAI in poultry include the following: decrease in water consumption, lack of energy, lack of appetite, decreased egg production, soft-shelled misshapen eggs, nasal discharge, coughing, sneezing, incoordination, and diarrhea. Experts stress that the virus can also cause sudden death in birds, even if they're not showing symptoms. Dr. Hall said, "We're asking that anyone involved with poultry or egg production, from large farms all the way down to backyard flock, review and implement their biosecurity practices to ensure the health and well-being of their flocks." Overall, cases of highly pathogenic avian influenza have now been confirmed in 23 different U.S. states. This plague is completely and utterly out of control, and the word catastrophic is not nearly strong enough to describe what we are witnessing. According to Bloomberg, the total death toll for chickens and turkeys has now reached nearly 17 million. A deadly strain of bird flu that's been raising egg prices ahead of Easter was discovered in 5 new U.S. states on Wednesday, and the virus increasingly is threatening American poultry exports. Highly pathogenic avian influenza was discovered at a commercial poultry farm in Johnston County, North Carolina, and in backyard flocks in Massachusetts, North Dakota, Ohio, and Wyoming, the U.S. Department of Agriculture said in a release. Since mid-January, it's been found in 23 states in flocks totaling nearly 17 million birds. Once a single bird tests positive for highly pathogenic avian influenza, the entire flock must be put down. In other words, not a single bird can be left alive. Needless to say, those that raise chickens and turkeys all over the nation are scared out of their minds right now. I just heard from a farmer that has about 400,000 chickens, and bird flu has been detected not too far from where his facility is located. What would you do if you were in his shoes? It just isn't practical to try to relocate 400,000 chickens. And even if you could, where would you go? This flu is seemingly everywhere. There are no easy answers, and the outlook becomes more grim with each passing day. So, what are we all going to do if this pandemic continues to spiral out of control? Are we all suddenly going to become vegans? The state of Iowa has been hit particularly hard. Iowa Agriculture Secretary Mike Naig said in a call with reporters that there now have been 9 outbreaks in Iowa since the beginning of the month, 2 in backyard flocks and in 7 commercial facilities. The birds destroyed in the latest round pushed the statewide total to nearly 8.2 million, or about half of the birds killed nationwide as a result of the highly pathogenic avian influenza. Iowa is the nation's largest producer of eggs and the 6th largest producer of turkeys. Needless to say, the price of eggs is going to go through the roof. If you normally eat eggs for breakfast, perhaps you can switch to Captain Crunch instead. That probably doesn't sound very appealing to many of you. So I would encourage you to pray for an end to this pandemic, because if the death toll continues to rise at an exponential rate, we are going to be facing severe shortages. And let us also hope that HPAI doesn't mutate in a way that enables it to spread easily among humans. Because, according to the official CDC website, the death rate for bird flu in humans can be as high as 60%. More than 700 human infections with Asian HPAI H5N1 viruses have been reported to the World Health Organization from primarily 15 countries in Asia, Africa, the Pacific, Europe, and the Near East since November 2003. Indonesia, Vietnam, and Egypt have reported the highest number of human HPAI Asian H5N1 cases to date. The first report of a human infection with Asian H5N1 in the Americas was in Canada on January 8, 2014, and occurred in a traveler recently returning from China. Although human infections with this virus are rare, approximately 60% of the cases have died. Asian HPAI H5N1 viruses have infected the respiratory tract of humans, causing severe illness, such as pneumonia and respiratory failure and death in some people. The majority of human infections with Asian HPAI H5N1 have occurred among children and adults younger than 40 years old. Mortality has been highest in people aged 10 to 19 years old and in young adults. Most human Asian HPAI H5N1 cases have presented for medical care late in their illness and have been hospitalized with severe respiratory disease. However, some clinically mild cases have been reported, especially in children. Of the few avian influenza A viruses that have crossed the species barrier to infect humans, Asian HPAI H5N1 virus has caused the largest number of detected cases of severe disease and death in humans. However, it is possible that the most severely ill people are more likely to be diagnosed and reported, while milder cases are less likely to be detected and reported. Despite the high mortality, human cases of Asian HPAI H5N1 remained rare to date, even among persons exposed to infected poultry. Most cases of Asian H5N1 in people have been linked to contact with infected poultry. In the majority of cases, people got HPAI Asian H5N1 virus infection after direct or close contact with sick or dead poultry that were infected with the virus. Other risk factors include visiting a live poultry market and having prolonged, unprotected, close contact with patients infected with HPAI Asian H5N1. For some HPAI Asian H5N1 cases, the source of exposure is unknown. The timing of many human cases of HPAI Asian H5N1 has corresponded to the seasonality of HPAI Asian H5N1 virus outbreaks among poultry. Poultry outbreaks occur more often during relatively cooler periods found in months at the beginning and end of the year. However, human cases can occur at any time, especially in countries where HPAI Asian H5N1 is endemic in poultry. Currently, HPAI Asian H5N1 virus is considered endemic in poultry in 6 countries: Bangladesh, China, Egypt, India, Indonesia, and Vietnam. although other countries have experienced poultry outbreaks. I have focused on the United States in this article, but the truth is that bird flu outbreaks are raging all over the globe right now. When you combine this pandemic with the war in Ukraine, skyrocketing fertilizer prices, and disastrous harvests around the planet, it's easy to see that the stage is being set for the sort of nightmarish global food crisis that I have long warned about. It seems like so many things are going horribly wrong all at once, but most people still don't understand what is happening. Most people just assume that our grocery stores will always be packed with mountains of extremely cheap food, and so the vast majority of them won't take any steps to get prepared, even though they've been warned again and again about what is coming.
Hey, and then the reason they can't see it because as the scriptures say, where is there no vision in Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. You know, let me get this. Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of power, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So we seeing the fowls of earth are being taken away, man. Hey, because turkey and chicken, man, that's Jake's main source of food, man. It's the Lord that's doing this. He's using these devils to push this, man. So let's get this. He's using these devils to do this, man. So as the brother came out, the brother GMS Tazakaya Yahawada, when he did that article on 20 facts about the global food shortages, I pulled up these couple clips.
Factor Uncensored. If you're wondering why a war between Russia and the Ukraine would cause a worldwide food shortage, just look at the bread on your table. Let's see how we can prepare for what President Joe Biden says may come to America.
What is produced in Ukraine and Russia that would have such an impact on us?
Well, we know that Russia and Ukraine are the first and fifth producers of wheat. Ukraine is one of the world's largest exporters of sunflower seed oil, which is used not only in cooking, but for health remedies in places like China. And there's a finite supply of each of these things. And so with natural products, we've spoken before on your program about the idea of lumber prices and how when the U.S. lumber supply is limited, we rely on our number one export or import partner, Canada, to fill in any of those gaps. Well, Canada was experiencing a problem with beetles, and so they were unable to create that stopgap measure or redundancy for the U.S. production markets. And these are organic products, so they don't just produce on a printer or in a production line where you can increase the number of hours of workers. There's a natural cycle to crop production and agricultural products. And so when we think about Ukraine and Russia being taken out of the market, Russia with sanctions, Ukraine with invasion and conflict, then we realize that this puts an additional strain on the global demand. And so those people seeking sunflower seed oil for health are going to be competing with those people seeking sunflower seed oil for food purposes. Those people seeking wheat for production of bread or flours are going to be in competition for those people running ranches who need that grain for their cows or other products, right? So Ukraine is known as the world's breadbasket, right? That region has a nickname associated with its agricultural production, and all of that is being interrupted. And Russia, which is another large exporter of these grain products, now we've got sanctions on them, and we're legally not allowing ourselves to accept their products.
Now, have we seen a slowdown as of yet as far as wheat coming out of Russia and Ukraine as a result of the war? Have we actually seen it yet?
We've seen it, but we haven't felt it to the degree that it's going to happen. Much like fuel, there are production delays to the demand point, right? So upstream and downstream, as we move through that flow, we're going to see more of this compressed scarcity causing shortages and increased prices over the next coming weeks until we're able to facilitate some sort of stopgap measure. Unfortunately, unlike oil, where perhaps we can partner with Iran or Venezuela and create legal or policy solutions to scarcity caused by this conflict in Ukraine, agriculture, again, is an organic product and it grows in its own time. So we're not going to be able to grow wheat in Saharan Africa just because we need it to grow there. We're not going to be able to grow it in inclement environments just because of our demand. So it's going to create a problem. We know in Texas that we had the freeze last year. We are still experiencing those problems even in 2022 with regard to production sort of surplus. And so we don't really have backups. That means that any delays in shipping, any of these Port of Long Beach problems that we're allegedly fixing, that means that organic products are rotting on ships and they're not making it to port. And then we further compound the damage and potential issues of food access.
And of course, we can't stockpile bread,
Right.
It'll go bad in about a week or so.
Right. We know in Texas, we put our bread in the refrigerator, right? Yankees might not do that, but we know that mold is a very real problem. So these shelf life issues, again, compounded with or at the confluence of production issues, Russia and Ukraine creating that top 5 in our exports of wheat, corn, and other grains. It's not just used in our bread. It's not just used in our cereal, our Lucky Charms. It's also something that farmers use to feed their animals. So we've got a lot of competing consumers with not a lot of diversity of supply.
And a lot of people ask, why should I care? That's why you should care. It's right on your dinner table. Dr. Dietrich von Biedenfeld, University.
Hey, and the brother mentioned the brother Tazakaya in his video. He was like, you know what Jake gonna do, man? Jake gonna let you go in the grocery store and fill your carts up, and when you come out, you gonna get robbed, man. That's what's gonna happen. I got one more clip. Hey, the brother, I want to play some more of the brother video, but hey, Jake gonna let you go in the grocery store, fill your cart up, and when you come out and get in the parking lot, cause you know them Walmarts be packed, man. You gonna get to your car, and Jake just gonna rob you at your car, man. Let you get to your car so you'll be out of the way from the front door of the grocery store, and you're gonna get robbed, man. All you demons, you bug outs that take that MOTB, Jake just gonna take your stuff in the parking lot, man. Let me play this. That's all gonna happen, man. You're gonna get taken, man. So check this out.
Hello, YouTubers. Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have someone in your lives that still doesn't believe that we are going to be paying extreme amount of prices for foods going forward into the future, and that we are going to have extreme food shortages, not only here in the United States, but worldwide. I believe that here in the United States, our food prices are going to be astronomical, but that there is still going to be some food available. But buying food, feeding your family is going to cost you a lot more of your labor and your time than it did in the past. In my opinion, things are not going back to the way they were, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to be able to eat on the cheap as you did before. I believe that within the next year or two, my wife actually brought this up to me, that a lot of restaurants are going to go out of business, not because of lockdowns or mandates or anything like that, but because people are going to have just enough to go and buy food at the store, barely enough to go buy food at the store, and then cook it at home. So cooking at home is going to make a comeback in a big way. And a lot of businesses are going to close, especially restaurants, and people are going to be struggling just to put food.
Hey, and when he said that cooking at home gonna come back in a major way, I thought about Isaiah 4:1. right? Let's listen to it. This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. What does it mean, eat your own bread? They're going to follow dietary laws. They're going to eat the dietary menu that the Lord gave us. And they're going to cook. It said, we will eat our own bread. You see? And wear our own apparel. What's a woman's apparel? Dresses. So I thought about that when it said we will eat our own bread. Yeah. You're going to follow them dietary menus, man.
Put on the table. Here are 20 facts about the emerging global food shortage that should chill you to the bone. And ladies,
and this is the video that the brother did. So when I saw the brother video this morning before I left the plantation, I pulled up a couple of these clips. So check this out. This is what you call a prepper.
ladies and gentlemen, these are all verifiable. A lot of these we've actually talked about, but there are several in here that we have not talked about. So like I said, if you have someone in your lives that still doesn't believe what's ahead of us, have them watch this video, share this with them, and let them see for themselves and let them verify for themselves. Not just listen to what I'm telling you here, but verify for themselves that these things are actually happening.
And that's what the Lord said in 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be not equally yoked together with unbelievers, man. If they don't believe it, so be it, man. But they have been warned. They already been warned. Our family members have already been warned, man. Yahweh Shah said it best. A prophet is without except in his own country. Your own folks ain't gonna believe you, man.
And that they are going to have a great impact on our ability going forward to be able to provide that same standard of living for our family that we once did. And ladies and gentlemen, before I start off with the 20 facts about food shortages that are here and coming, I want to read this because this is very important. I realize that this is not good news, but I would encourage you to share the information in this article with everyone that you can. People deserve to understand what is happening, and they deserve an opportunity to get prepared. And I couldn't agree with that more. There are so many people out there, ladies and gentlemen, that are living in a normalcy bias state of mind.
That's where they at. Normalcy bias. I remember Elder Apostle Rumlot brought this out a few years ago, man, about the word normalcy bias, man. Jake think things gonna get back to normal, but it ain't. This is a new normal. It's downhill from here, man.
That those are the people that are going to be hurt the most.
Hmm.
And those are the people that I, as a YouTuber, try to reach so that they can go ahead and get prepared and hopefully reach one and teach one as well.
Man, they already been warned, man, right? The elder apostle Rumlot was just going into the word watchman, right? Tazapah. The Hebrew word for watchman is tazapah. They had already been warned, man.
The pace at which things are changing around the globe right now is absolutely breathtaking. But most people assume that life will just continue to carry on as it normally does. And like I said, things are not going back to the way they were, ladies and gentlemen. For good or for bad, they are not. The following are 20 facts about the emerging global food shortage that should chill you to the core. And ladies and gentlemen, they truly do. If you're not in the know, if you are in the know, you already know what's coming down the line and you've been getting prepared. But if you're listening to this for the first time and you're hearing this message for the first time that you should be getting prepared, take heed to the warning. You know, I put these videos out every day, every other day. I'm talking about food shortages. There's other channels that all they talk about is war this, war that. There's nothing that we can do about this war that's happening. Ask yourselves, what can you do about it? What can you do to stop what's happening in Ukraine? What can you do to stop what Russia's doing in Ukraine? Whatever it is, what can you do about it? You can do something about this. And this is why I concentrate on this, because this is something that you can do something about.
See, that's what these people think, man. They think they had the power in their own hand, man. And why people warn about Russia and China, Russia and Ukraine? You know what's going on with Israel and Iran, man? That's a big thing going on with Israel and Iran, man. It's a big thing, man. Let's get this. Isaiah 3 and 1. And see, these people think they can take this in their own hand. That's what the Lord say in Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shema B'Shah, with all thy heart, and lean not to thy own understanding. Jeremiah 17 and 9, right? It said what? The heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to get every man according to his ways. See, these people think they can just, because they stocking up food. Listen, man, this is the Lord. What is that? Job 12 and 16? The deceived and the deceiver are his. This is Isaiah 3 and 1. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff. What is that? The comfort. Because see, the hopeful elect, this is that same when King David said in the Psalm 23, right? Thou rod and thy staff comfort me, which is this truth. So the hopeful elect, this is their comfort. But the Lord doing to 2/3, he's taking away the comfort that they have, which is what? The little bit of money they get, their food. You got the Jake Eldom knocked us out about doing the video last night. This demon come on the comment board. I went to his channel. This nigga cooking steaks, man. Comfortable. That's why I tell you in Amos 6 and 3, man, that kill the calf out the stall, right? That make music to themselves like David. They drinking wine out of bowls. They stretch themselves upon their couches, upon their beds of ivory, just comfortable, man. Well, guess what? The Lord is finna take all that away, man. It say, the Lord of hosts doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, the whole stay of bread. That means everything. And the whole stay of water. The only one's going to have water and bread in the day of Jacob trouble is the hopeful elect, man. Isaiah 65. These niggas have no clue that the Lord is going to take all this away, man. Everything that you comfort, however you comfort yourself, what that Hosea 4 and 7 to say, everything that Jake glorified themselves in is going to be a shame in that day, man. Let's read this again. Hosea chapter 4. So when you see this going on, when the animal 17 million, it says 17 million chickens and turkeys, bird flu. Where is that coming from? That's coming from Yahweh Shema B'Shah, man. Why? Because the Lord is taking away the comfort of you wicked niggas, man. Hosea 4 and 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. Jesus down left and right, man. It say, everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Your dietary menu fowls is chicken and turkey. You got quail, chicken and turkey. And it said what? The two birds that we eat the most, 17 plus million bird flu. That's the Lord, man. And if you can't see this, you blind, man. What did God say? Even Ray Charles can see this, man. It say, and with the fowls of heaven, yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Hey, and we know a lot of the salmon that we eat, they call it a wild caught salmon, Alaska caught. Man, listen, man. These they doing a lot with this food, man. But it's the Lord, man. Because what he's doing, he's taking away these things, man. It's at a whole stay of bread and a whole stay of water, man. Let's play some more of this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, take heed to the warning. I want you to not just survive, but to also thrive. And when I say also thrive, I don't mean to profit from anything bad that's going on. But what I mean is to be able to maintain your standard of living, because just maintaining your standard of living going forward will be thriving, because so many more people are not going to be able to do that at all. They're going to be able to just survive because they are not heeding the warning.
So I want to play one more clip because I want to get some precepts. This isn't went long enough. I want to get some precepts. So now this is another clip from this guy. He said he just got this, right? So check this out. It's from the same guy. So let me play some of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I received an email from a farmer down in Texas that's pretty much telling me the same thing that we've been talking about here for a while. Now, I went over this email, this message that I received during our last live stream, but as things have it, it always happens. The internet service that day was terrible. So I thought that I would recreate that portion of the live stream and go over this email with you and show you from the perspective of someone who's actually doing it what life is like and what it's like farming these days, as far as the cost, as far as the weather, as far as their profit margin, and all that kind of stuff. To make a long story short, you better be preparing, because when a farmer, when someone that farms tells you you better be prepping, man, you better listen, ladies and gentlemen. Right? And this email that I received was probably about a week ago or so. And I'm going to go ahead and read it. I've highlighted several areas that are like points that I want to point out because it illustrates everything that we've been.
And look, you can tell this Jake too, man. Look, this is a proud Jake, man. Look at this Jake, man. Look at him. Jake got the American flag behind him. This Jake, man. Jake finna lose his life grievously, man, in that rat hole we doing this video from, man. So I want to show that. I'm gonna have to do some more. I'm gonna have to do some more lessons on this guy. It's the guy, he just popped up when I tapped in 20 facts of the global food shortages. I'm gonna do a lesson on this guy. I want to get these precepts, man. So the brother got one on the comment board, which I was gonna read. Yeah, man. Jake gonna die in that hole with that damn American flag, man. Demon ass nigga, man. So I want to deal with this first. Hey, cause you women ain't gonna know what to do, man. You 2/3 women out there ain't gonna know what to do, man. This is 2 Kings, chapter 6. I'm gonna start at verse 24. It reads, Jay got me cracking up, man. It say, and it shall come to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until the ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, they were crying. It said, there was crying a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord doeth not help thee, whence shall I help thee? And that's how it's going to be in Jacob's trouble, man. If the Lord ain't going to help you, what you expect some street nigga to do? Which most of them going to get drafted if they don't be dead by fighting against their brother for food and bread, they neighbors. They going to get drafted, man. They tell you that in Isaiah 3:26, Isaiah 3:25, it say, the Israelite women, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American women, your men gonna get drafted to the war, man. Or they gonna die by killing each other for food, man. Trying to get food for you and the kids, man. It saying, he said, if the Lord doeth not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she said, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. And a lot of you women that got these newborn babies, they gonna be food, man. So she said, verse 29, 2 Kings 6:29. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hid her son. And it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. It said, what? She said, so we bore my son. This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 9. It reads, it say, which the brother got the other precept I got, 2nd Ezra 16 and 22. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through, for once of the fruits of the field. Listen, verse 10, the hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. Sodden mean the boar. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people, which I read in 2nd Ezra 6. Now, which I read in 2nd Kings chapter 6. Now, listen. Why do you think Yahushua said this in Luke 23? Let's read this. This is Luke 23 and 26. Why do you think Yahushua said this? This is Luke 23 and 26. As they led him away, they laid upon one Simon, a Cyrenian, coming out of the country, which is the cross, Yahushua was told, and on him they laid the cross that he might bury it after Yahushua. And there followed him a great company of people and of women, which also bewailed and lamented for him, But Yahushua turned upon them. Yahushua said, but Yahushua turned unto them while he's toting the cross. Picture this, vision this. But Yahushua turned unto them, said, daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves, for your children, and for your children. When you get let's get this. Luke 21. This is what the Lord say right here. This after the besiege, right? This is Luke 21 and 23, reading the point. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land and wrath upon its people. So this happened. It happened in 586 BC when Babylonians hit Jerusalem. It happened in 70 AD when Esau hit Jerusalem. It's going to happen again, man. It's going to happen again. You women, these kids, they're going to be your food, man. So let's get the precept the brother got up, which I was holding at. One of the precepts I got, 2nd Ezra 16 and 22. It reads, verse 21, it say, but victuals, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they should think themselves to be in good case, which is off, which is a lie. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And we got confusion everywhere. These transformers everywhere. You can worship here in Babylon the Great. You can worship any god you want to. It doesn't matter what god it is. What idol? Let's correct that. You can worship any idol you want to worship. It say, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Now it said, he that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy. Lamentation 4 and 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. It's better to just get put down by somebody killing you with a gun or whatever, getting stabbed up, a sword, than to die by famine, man. And this is coming, man. This is and that's why we trying to tell you, man. As the guy said, hey, Jake is not being prepared, man. It say Proverbs 27 and 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks and look well to thy herds, man. This is Zephaniah 3 and 13. The remnant It said, a remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. This is them that's giving you sound doctrine. As I was saying the other day, you gotta teach a man sound doctrine so he can be fully persuaded through Yahweh Shema Shah, man. You gotta give a man sound doctrine, man. You can't be around here telling Jake that they can commit adultery and they can use drugs and they can pop their woman in the anus, man. That's not sound doctrine, man. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. This is talking about the whole elect, man. Do you know that the blood is on your hands? Why would we lie to you if the Lord is going to judge each and every one of us for not giving you the truth? Why would a nigga lie to you, man? We don't got time to be lying to nobody, man. This is for truth's sake, man. This is for Lord willing salvation, man. Nobody has time to be lying to you, Jakes, man. This demon nigga, what's this nigga name? We was in Tampa. What's his nigga name? Calling himself Melchizedek. Demon ass nigga, man. Nobody got time to be playing game with you, Jakes, man. This is for truth's sake, man. This is for salvation, man. Zephaniah 3:13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. What does it say in Psalm 125? Let's read this. This might be a long one, but it is what it is. This is Psalm 125. In verse 3, it reads, for the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. You see, it say, do good, O Yahweh, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon the Israel of the Lord. That's Galatians 6:16. We don't have time to be lying to you, Jakes, man. Right. Bishop Melchizedek, some bug out nigga, man. So back in Zephaniah 3:13, nobody got time to be lying to you, man. The Lord said, our job is to get the blood, them who the Lord have chosen. Okay, let's lock you. Them who the Lord have called. Nobody got time to be lying to you, man. The Lord is jacking every brother up for not giving you the truth, man. And though you might not see it happen right now, guess what? All these niggas talking about you can commit adultery and you can go do drugs and pop your woman in the anus. The Lord is going to judge them, man. Everybody that's going off, not using the name of the Lord, talking about Yahweh, Vave, Jehovah, and all these other names, they gonna get put to death, man. Nobody got time to be lying to you. The Lord said we got to get your blood off our hands. Nobody got time to lie to you, man. This is for truth. This is for each and every brother's salvation, man. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, man. Nor speak lies. Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. It tell you in Revelation 14, man. In their mouth was found no guile, man. It's talking about the hopeful elect. It said, for they shall feed and lie down. What does it mean? They're going to give you the truth, and they're going to be comforted in knowing that they gave you the truth, man. It tell you what, Proverbs chapter 3 and chapter 4, man, that they sleep shall be sweet, man. Them that's giving you sound doctrine, man. They shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid, man, because this is the comforter, man. Thy staff and thy rod comfort me, man. But 2/3, the Lord said he's going to take away the whole stale of bread and the whole stale of water, man. They ain't going to have no comfort. This Zechariah. The Lord say simply, man, just teach the sound doctrine, man. These, Zechariah 8:16, these are the things that ye should do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. You got to give a man sound doctrine. You got to give a man sound doctrine. You got to give a man sound doctrine that he may be persuaded fully through Yahweh Shema Shah, man. The Lord called men to give you sound doctrine that everybody else, whomever it is, may be fully persuaded through Yahweh Shema Shah, man. You can't give a man lies and deceit, man. That's confusion. It say, and let none of you, let's read again, Zechariah 8:16, these are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man, speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor, execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. Let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor. If you not rebuking them, if you not telling they going off, you is not loving your neighbors, man. It say, and love no false oath. Telling niggas to go commit adultery. Telling niggas that they can go get drugs, whatever. That's a false oath, man. It say, for all these things that I hate, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. This is 1 Peter 3 and 5. And as Apostle Kabah say, when he went to these niggas, Sakari and them niggas didn't have not one rebuke video on their channel. Elder Apostle Gabah put up a video earlier this morning. I saw when I got off the plantation at 6. And he went on their channel. Not one of their videos is about rebuking none of these niggas, man. What are they doing? They are comfortable living in mirth. 1 Peter 3 and 15. But sanctify the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah power, in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks of you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. And this wind up being a hopeful elect. The hopeful elect, the hopeful elect men and women that's looking for this truth, man. It say, have a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you, as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation and Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, man. That's what the Lord say. Don't worry about it. What you're gonna say in that time when they bring you to this synagogue, when they ready to cast you up. Don't worry about it, man. Listen, what's going on? That's why the apostles listen. Seasoned, man. Seasoned sound doctrine, man. These niggas ain't gonna have no. It say, let's read again. It say, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Hamashiach, man. What are they gonna say? Like these devils that's using these transcripts on the videos, man. None of that shit is gonna work in the day of Yahweh Shema when it's time, man. When things get real out here, these transcripts ain't gonna work, man. The Lord gonna put the spirit on these devils to do whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna do it, man. This is let's read this. None of that shit gonna work, man. This is Psalm 118. This is Psalm 118. In verse 17, it reads, matter of fact, let's read this first. Psalm 116 and 15, it reads, precious in the sight of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is the death of his saints. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. If it come to that, man, guess what? Psalms 118 and 17, I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, have chastened me sore, but he have not given me over to death. If it come to death, it say precious in the sight of the Lord, the death of his saints. If it come to that, we ain't worried about that, man. These niggas trying to use transcripts. None of that is going to work, man. This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse 10, it reads, it say, be steadfast. This is Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. Be steadfast in thy understanding, because you got to get this for yourself first and foremost. Like I tell you in 2 Ezra 14 and 13, set thine house in order and then reprove thy people. You got to get this for yourself. You got to eat this roll, right? Ezekiel chapter 2 and chapter 3. You got to get this. Be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same. Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth. You supposed to have this understanding so you can explain what's really going on, man. This is Colossians 4 and 5. It reads, walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how ye ought to answer every man. This is Proverbs 15 and 28. It reads, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer. When you go to Ecclesiastes 38 and 24, it reads, the wisdom of a learnt man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. You trying to, when you read the rest of this chapter, verse 25 on down to 34, it's talking about the men that maintain the world, right? The electricians, the plumbers, the carpenters, right? Whatever you do that maintains the world, the Lord is not looking for these type of men. They are nobodies. They're going to die grievous death. These are the same men, when you read Isaiah 3 and 25, when the Lord say, let's read it. The Lord ain't looking for these type of men, man. You're guys that go to church every Sunday and pay tithes and he taking care of his family. Them niggas gonna die, man. The Lord ain't looking for them type of niggas, man. This old humble nigga that go to church, pay tithes, take care of his family, take his wife and kids out to dinner, and all they do is sit at home, watch movies. The Lord gonna kill them niggas, man. This Isaiah 3 and 25. It say, thy men, this is talking about Israelite women, all Israelite women, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, Haitian women. It say, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. Let's get this one. 2 Ezra 16:33. It reads, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. This is going to happen to these niggas that go to church, these little effeminate, emotional, beta male simp niggas, man. That most of these women is looking for because they can control them niggas, man. Them niggas gonna die. If they don't die by fighting from their neighbor, food and bread, they're gonna get drafted to the war. And just like the brother Tazakaya said in his video, all you people that's getting these big shopping carts of groceries, guess what? A nigga gonna wait till you come out of the grocery store, they're gonna get you to your car, and they're gonna take your food. They don't even gotta kill you. They're gonna take your food, and what you gonna do? You gonna go get some more food. And another nigga gonna come out again with another grocery cart, and another nigga gonna take that food from you. It's gonna be a rapid, a door opener continually. It's so these women on some type of level thinking they know something. Listen, man, if you don't cleave to one of these men before Jacob trouble, you're gonna be destroyed, man. This Isaiah 9 and 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For everyone is an hypocrite, and they is. Nigga talking about they love the Lord, but then you tell nigga they can't eat pork. If we ain't under the law, we under grace. Yeah, okay. Therefore the Lord shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For everyone is an hypocrite and an evildoer. That's why Amos 9 and 10 say, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. And every mouth speak of folly, man. These jakes, man, they is bugged out, man. It say, for all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. To who? To the hopeful elect. For wickedness burneth as the fire. It shall devour the browers and thorns. Browers and thorns are talking about you 2/3 jakes, man. You knucklehead, hard-headed, stiff-necked, hard-headed niggas, man. It say, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. Why? Through the wrath of the Lord Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened, and the people, you Israelites, you 2/3, Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. So the ones that don't get drafted, they're gonna be fighting against their brother, man, for food. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. You're gonna eat your own, you're gonna eat your own kids. You're gonna eat your own kids. You're gonna eat your own body, man. This is and that's why this is what Paul say. This is First Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And before Yahweh shall return, what he said? He said he would that the fire be already kindled, man. It's fire already kindled, man. The earth, it's a lot of things going on, man. It's a lot going on, man, with death and famine and pestilence. But he said, but of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And look what's going on, man. Nobody was expecting these things to happen. Nobody was expecting this pandemic to happen in 2020. It just happened out the blue, man. So it say he don't got a right to these men because they know perfectly. Why? Let's read this. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It reads, I will stand upon my watch. The Lord called you. If the Lord called you, you sort of be on your watch. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. This is what the men of Israel are supposed to be doing. So they can warn the people, man. Especially one of the women, what they should be doing, man. Ain't no damn prepping with no food, man. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. Who? That who may run that readeth it? The whole elect men of Israel. Warning. That's what a watchman do. Warning. That's why Jeremiah said this. This is Jeremiah 5 and Jeremiah 5 and verse 1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem. That's what Habakkuk said. That he may run that readeth it. Brothers, hey, from the apostles and their elders, we have been running, man. We're running. That's what we're doing. On a unicorn, which is the internet. Unicorn first and foremost in Job 39, right? This World Wide Web. We are running with lessons, man. We are running in the highways and hedges, warning you. It said that he may run that readeth it, man. Because you're like, oh, man, time is short. You got to get to moving. The time is short, man. The Lord speeded the time up. You see how quick these days going by? These months, these years have been passing by. None of these devils, and you know why these devils just passed this law to keep daylight saving time? Because these wicked niggas is running out of time. Their time is getting short. So they need this daylight saving, which this daylight saving time not in the scriptures, man. These niggas is off, but they run out of time, so they need more daylight so they can kill more of you jakes, man. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is who? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Wherever you are located at, which is throughout the four corners of the earth. Let's prove it. 2 Maccabees 5 and 19 reads, nevertheless, God did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake. Israel is a man before it's the land. It was a man named Jacob. He had 12 sons. So Jerusalem is you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Wherever you scatter that. And the Lord said, what? Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem and see and know Let's say see and know, right? Romans 8:16 say their spirit bear witness with our spirit, right? Elder Yashua doing a very edifying lesson, and he was going into how the earth is like in sync. It is in sync with the Israelites, man. The earth is in sync with you, man. It's a run ye to and fro, even though the earth is wicked, it's defiled, right? Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem and see and know and seek in the broad places. That way you don't gotta be, are you Israelite? What's your nationality? What's your father? When you go to the broad places, all you doing is pushing the word. And the Lord said, what in John 10:27? I know, he said, they hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me. You don't gotta be, you Israelite, what's your father? What's your father? Hit his word. And anybody that hit his word in the broad, they're gonna cleave to it. The Lord say, they hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me. That's why when we read Sons of Solomon, that's why Solomon said he sought him who his soul loveth on his bed, but he found him not. He said, what? I will go about the city. In Sons of Solomon chapter 3, 1 through 4. I will go about the 1 through 3. I will go about the city, right? And seek him who my soul loveth. He said he found the watchman of the city, right? He said he found the watchman of the city. And he said, saw ye him who my soul loveth? He said, it was but little when I passed from them. I found him who my soul loveth. And I took him back to my mother's chamber. Listen, man, this truth, let's read again. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem and see and know. Don't go to no heathens. The Lord told Ezekiel that in Ezekiel 3. If I had sent you to the heathens, to the strangers, they would listen. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem and see and know. And there if Shalakia, if you can find a man, executive judgment that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it. Verse 2. And though, listen, the Lord cold, man, and though they say the Lord liveth, surely they swear falsely, man. Jake is with the bull, man. And the Lord said it. So you're going to have men that's going to take this Bible, they're going to read it, and they're going to run. This is Proverbs. Let's read this. Listen, the Lord said, where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. The Lord set up men to give you the vision. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. He gave us the pastors. He gave us spiritual fathers that have the vision, that gave us the vision, that tell us constantly, you got to have vision. Apostle Gabal always said, you got to be a visionary. This is Azarah Yahawada, Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak, man. The flesh is weak, man. Let me get some of you brother pre-sales, man. Yeah, man. Let's read this. This is GMS Saints of the Most High, Jeremiah 14:10. It reads, cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Vashai deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. And that's why I tell you in Isaiah 33:15 that the man of the Lord is not going to do that, man. Isaiah 33:15, it reads, he that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gains of oppression. What it tell you in Ecclesiastes? Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. You can't give a righteous man a bribe, man. It say He that despises gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from the holding of brows, no, 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 that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. That's what that Jeremiah 40:10 is talking about. These niggas talking about go get some dope, pop your woman in the anus, commit adultery. Wicked, man. Wicked Jakes, man. Let's see. So these things are happening, man. Famine is happening, man. Let's get this is Kazak Ben Yehoda, 2 Chronicles 15:13. That whosoever will not seek the Lord, Yahweh Shema shall power Israel, shall be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And the Lord is not a respecter of persons in judgment, man. Beautiful, brother. I love to bring this out. It's saying in man, Isaiah 32:2 from the brother Fisher Turner Hunter. Hey, you know something too I be looking at? Hey, these brothers, this brother here, these brothers, man. Every last one of these brothers teaches sound, which we know it ain't. We know it ain't. Every one of these brothers teaches sound doctrine. Every brother should have over 1,000 subscribers, man. That they can just go live from the phone and not use StreamYard or Prism. These brothers is giving you sound doctrine every day, man. Brothers standing in the paint every day, 2 feet, 10 toes down, man. And all these brothers don't even have 1,000 subscribers, man. Even brother backup channels should already have 1,000 subscribers, man. Jake, watch these videos for entertainment, man. This is Fisher Turner Hunter, Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as a high place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. When you read verse 3, it reads, and the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hearken, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. And first and foremost, they're talking about these women, man. They ain't gonna be, as it said in Isaiah 4:1, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. To do what? To take away the reproach, man. So this, and they saying their eyes shall not be dim, and their ears, and the ears of them shall hear and shall hearken. It's mostly women, man. They're gonna fall in line, man. This is a beautiful precept. Azarah Yahweh, Proverbs 19:5. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape, man. Beautiful precept, Pop. Ain't gonna be no escaping, man. You done lied to the people. Do you think you just gonna be able to go hide in some hole somewhere, man? No. Beautiful. I was thinking about getting this too. Because I'll bring you Howder. Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, which is what? Circle means circumspectly means to watch. Watch your surroundings. Every day, whatever you're doing, man, watch, man. See then that you walk. I remember it was about a month, maybe a month or two now. Elder Yashwan was like, it'd be a lot of road raging out here. You got people that'll cut you off. They be doing stupid stuff, whether it's raining or dry. Listen, man, because I ain't gonna lie. One day I was driving and I was going to the store, and this Jake was dipping through traffic. I think it was a heathen though. And the traffic was real bad. And he jumped over and jumped in front of me, and I had to jump over. Like I had to really turn over. And the chick that was next to me, you know what I did? I chased this nigga down, man. I ran this heathen down and got all the way up on his car, man. And that same day, I was driving, and the Elder Yashwama video popped up, and he was like, and that's crazy, that was the spirit, because that was me being rebuked on what I had done. I chased the nigga down, man. I chased a nigga down. The light turned green. I chased a nigga down. I put up on side of him like, I'll whoop your fucking ass. Then Elder Yashwama video came on. He was like, listen, you got these people be road raging out here. Don't chase these people. Don't chase them. Let them do what they do because demons is out here, man. And I had to really fall back and like, damn, that was for me. Because I had to chase this nigga down, man. This is Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is, man. And what's the will of the Lord? Feeding the sheep, warning the flock, man, of what's really going on. And famine is finna hit hard, man. And we don't have no clue. Hey, if this is for real, this whole 17 million chickens and turkeys, man, and we love turkey, man. I always been making a joke when you read about it, when it said the mountain that came down from heaven, when you read the breakdown, it said it was like waffles with honey on them, man. Right? So can you imagine having we had the manna that was like waffles with honey on it, and you had quail that was chicken and waffles in the wilderness, man. And Jake was still complaining, man. The Lord is taking away the whole stale bread and the whole stale water, man. This is serious, man. And Jake just run around here like damn Ezel on Friday, man. For real talk, man. Let's see. So I'm gonna close out, man. I went long enough. Yeah, man. Yeah, that day that the elder Yashwama did that lesson, I was in traffic and I played it. And it was right after that incident happened. I chased this nigga down, man. The lady was like, man, he almost tore your car. I'm like, yeah, I'm on. She was like, you okay? And it was an Edomite that said that. I said, yeah, I'm good. Thank you. She was like, yeah, just be careful. He's an idiot. That's what she said. He's an idiot. I said, yeah. And I chased that nigga when the light turned green. I ran that nigga down. It was a heathen. He had to be like Korean or something. Could have been Jake, I don't know. But he like he was either a Job 924 or he had to be like one of these Korean demons. I don't know. But yeah, the elder like, listen, man, road rage, and you see the people, they want to cut you off. Let them go, man. Just let them go. Call you how about your mama shine? Let them go, man. Because these are demons. We are around. When you go, listen, when you go to the Walmarts, I don't care what grocery store you go to, I don't care where you go at. Listen, when you go into these places, everybody in there's a demon, man. You are walking around a bunch of demons. When you grocery shopping, everybody, when you getting gas, everybody is a demon, man. Every time I go into the Walmart, I'm like, look, ain't nobody in here thinking about the Lord, man. Nobody mind is on what's about to come and how this grocery store gonna be shut down. Ain't gonna be no food in here. People ain't thinking about these things, man. Hey, but anyway, yeah, chicken and waffles in the wilderness, man. Jake talking about we out here, we was in Egypt with the leeks and the cucumbers and the garlic. You demon ass niggas, man. All the food the Lord gave us in the wilderness. What's wrong with these niggas, man? Jake, we had chicken and waffles in the wilderness, man. You don't get no better than that, man. And water. Wasn't no damn Kool-Aid back then. Juicy juice. Wasn't no Snickers and Reese's peanut butter cups, Faygo sodas, man. We had real water, man. Huh? Real water. These niggas said 17 million chickens and turkeys, man. Yeah, bro, Jake, demons, man. But it's okay because everything that let me close with this. Let me close with this. This is Hosea. Jake think this is a game, man. And the only time brothers get to laugh a little bit is at camp or doing live screen because you got like-minded brothers on the comment board and we can, hey, but outside of this, your everyday walk in life, hey, we pissed off, man. Well, the scripture say a righteous man doeth scarcely smile a little, man. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. This is the point I want to make. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. So everything that Jake is glorifying here in Babylon, they Jake stocking up on food, right? They women, clothes, shoes. Guess what? The brother Yah said, man, that's gonna have to save you in that day, man. Whatever you glorify right now, if it's not in this truth, if it's not in this circle, this truth of ours that can't be penetrated, vocab alone. If you Jake's out there glorifying anything else outside this truth, you're gonna die a grievous death, man. That what you glorifying now is gonna be your shame and Jacob's trouble, man. So, beautiful precept. Let's read. Let's close with this. Because I bring you Howdah. Ecclesiastes 1:14. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Hey, and the Lord giving us our power back, man. It started with this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, man. This is spiritual power being given. Soon, brother's gonna have that glow, man. Then what? It's gonna be a takeover. What it said, Daniel's, and the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, man. Hey, so Lord willing, edifying. I gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, whether you can accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing the truth and believing the truth, throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the outwalkers who are listening, learning. There are a few sisters who are listening, learning. Lord willing, edifying. Till next time I say shalom. Wah, abab, abab, the water for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Come up. Yeah. That's that last dragon. Brother said that's that last dragon. Yes, sir. I was just watching that about a week ago, too. I was just watching the last dragon. Hey, that was my favorite movie growing up. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I was just watching it about a week ago. Dead serious. Yeah. We're gonna get that glow, man. And then what? And it's gonna be a takeover. Shalom. Wah, abab, abab. The water for tuning in. Hey, the water for all your precepts. Shalom.